Yeah, this is kind of a review and kind of an advertisement and kind of a discussion of a movie I saw recently called Aatsinki. Yeah, I'd highly recommend this movie. It was shot way maybe in the north of Norway or Sweden, and it was about a small group of people who herd reindeer, and I guess they use the reindeer for meat, and that's what the film focuses on, them catching the reindeer or taking care of the reindeer. And they show some graphic scenes of them. Well, they don't show them actually killing the reindeer, but they do show them butchering them afterwards, cutting off parts of their flesh for meat. And then they also show a side business they have around Christmas, where people come and pay, and they take them around on sleds pulled by reindeer, kind of Christmas related. Take them through that area, which is really unspoiled. It's like wilderness type, or it looks a lot like wilderness. It probably isn't 100% wilderness, because these herders ride around on snowmobiles on roads, but it's pretty undeveloped. And I enjoyed the film. I thought that people kept reindeer for milk and meat. In this case, I learned that it was mostly just milk, or mostly just meat. And well, the film is interesting because the narrator doesn't exactly explain to you what you're seeing. In fact, there is no narrator. But the herders talk, but they don't really explain to you in general what they're doing. In fact, they don't even talk to the camera or talk to you. You just hear their conversations with each other. So you can't always tell. For example, it seems like at times they let the reindeer go free to just graze out in the wild forest, and then they round them all up using snowmobiles and helicopters. But I can't say for 100% sure that that's what was happening, because it was never said. You sort of have to figure it out. But that was okay. Your guesses as to what are going on are pretty good. And if they're not perfect guesses, well, it's not like you're going to suddenly be transported there and suddenly have to help herd reindeer. But it's a little part of your education. I also thought it was something different. I live in Southern California, the land of palm trees and endless summer, I guess. But I think it's kind of cool to learn about life in a climate that's really different from mine. And we get a few shots of the family life in this among these herders, and that's interesting to see how it's different. Boy, when Santa Claus comes to visit the kids, you start thinking about the stories you've always heard, that Santa lives at the North Pole, and it's like, wow, Santa didn't have to come very far to visit these kids. Anyway, I would recommend this film to a lot of people, but if you have an interest in nature or unique nature settings or activities, unique activities, unusual activities in nature, or unusual occupations, or maybe learning something about food from quite a different angle. I mean, how many people have eaten reindeer meat around the world? Probably not too many. I think you'd really enjoy this.